FD Live, baby. Happy Friday, everybody. Braun, Todd Kratz here with you. Are you surprised that the race has picked up again? Did you see this coming?
No, I didn't, but I'm happily surprised because this is good for baseball. And man, the Mets have fallen. Mariners, Astros are falling a little bit. This is pretty, and it's exciting. You know, you hate to say it. Like, if you're a fan of those teams, you're like, oh, shoot, here we go. The Reds are in it. The Giants are in it. It's going to be interesting because you see some of these last 16, 17 games, whatever it is, some Mets, they have a gauntlet. Yankees, they have some good teams that they should beat. You know, like Giants, they're always there. Dodgers, like, what is going on? This is great. It's great for baseball.
I think for the Yankees, the gauntlet finishes up soon, and then it gets kind of easy for them.
The last 13 is
good, right?
All under 500. Orioles, Twins, White Sox. So they go 11-2, 10-3. Blue Jays, going to have to keep pace a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. The craziest one is for teams that are in the playoff picture for the entire year and then fall off with a couple weeks to go, and you just hit the momentum rut at the wrong time.
Yeah.
What's it like? Have you been through one of those situations where the losses start piling up at a really bad time and you're like, geez.
Oh, man. I'm trying to remember. I've only made the playoffs 3 times.
Okay.
And we won the division with the Reds. We snuck in the wild card against the Pirates. Was it only 2 times?
No, the Yanks. 17.
Oh, and the Yankees in 17. Excuse me.
Did you guys win the division that year?
We did. We won the division. I came in later, but yeah, it was. I don't think I've been a part where it fizzled. I've been a part where we gained ground. Like when I was with the Mets, we were down like 8 or 9, and then we got it to like a game or half a game. I hit the home run off Doolittle, and after that game, we couldn't really find a way to get to the wild card. But yeah, it's teams are like scoreboard watching. I mean, let's just be honest with you. I like the scoreboard watch. I don't give a crap who's playing and whatever it is. And if they say they don't, oh, no, my mind's directly here, we're not doing anything. Well, guess what? You better start looking because somebody's behind you.
Yeah, and scoreboard watching directly impacts the decision-making, especially in the last week and a half, because how much do you have to push with your starters, position player-wise, and your starting pitching, and your starting rotation?
Yep.
You got to line it up like it's the playoffs.
And if your bullpen's not working well, look out.
Yeah.
You know, we look at the Yankees right now. It's like they got to start figuring that out here too. So we'll see what happens. They got a couple of young pitchers that, hopefully can go, with Will Warren and Cam Schletter. They're pretty good ball players, but at the same time, there's going to be that instance where they only go 2 or 3 innings. Like, here we go. Who's going to step up?
Yep, exactly. All right, let's charge the damn mound. All right, so let's start, Todd Father, with the Seattle Mariners. And we're working on a mic for Kratz, so we'll get to him in a moment. He looks fantastic, though.
I put him in the corner here. No,
this is your dream, actually, putting him in timeout.
Yes, exactly.
We've been doing this for 2.5 years. And you finally get to put your stepbrother in timeout.
Yes, don't say anything.
You can say whatever you want to him. He can't say it back. Exactly. All right, so tell me about the Mariners and your thoughts on this team. So rookie Harry Ford gets it done with the walk-off sac fly, then a walk-off the night before with Leo Ribas with a home run. The big boy names, of course, are Julio Rodriguez and the whole starting rotation. The pickups like Josh Naylor, who's been an important piece. Suarez hasn't kept the power going, but the glove's been good for them. Thoughts on this team?
Sky's the limit. I mean, we've always talked to them about their pitching, how good they are. With Gilbert and Wu and all those guys. They are going to ride that pitching staff until they get rid of these guys, and I think that's the case. They picked up my mean man, Gene Suarez. He was pretty darn good. Rosarena. They got guys that can play. They've won 17 out of the last 20, which is unbelievable, and they are right there against this Astro team. I don't see – from watching the Astros play these last, 6 to 8 games, they're good, but nothing, Alvarez is awesome, but nothing after that, okay, they're good. Haters hurt. They got guys that they're missing. The Framber Valdez thing, and I couldn't, I thank God I wasn't on this time when he did that whole thing. But, for the most part, I could see the Mariners taking this division, and I could see them taking it by 3 or 4 games as they go moving forward here.
Okay. And by the way, just to make sure no one goes after you, they've won 17 of 20 at home.
Oh, excuse me.
They've won 6 in a row overall.
That's what I meant. Either way, that's still a good stat.
It is. They were a mess on the road, though.
Yeah.
What was talked about a lot was a difficult schedule for a team that travels more than any other team in baseball, and the fact that they had 2 super extensive road trips down the stretch of the season. Now they come back, they look much more normal, Godfather.
Yeah.
So they're tied for first place in the American League West with the
cool.
Astros. Astros were shut down and shut out by Kevin Gossman yesterday. That game was just a slice over 2 hours. Yeah, all around great win for the Blue Jays. But you're right, for the Astros, Jordan's back. That's great. They've still had a lot of quiet moments on offense. I feel like it's like almost every other game kind of situation where their offense disappears. And you can't have that when the bullpen's a problem.
No, you can't. And even if the pitching does well, you know, it's like 1-0 game, 2-1, and you're like waiting for something bad to happen because they can't do it. You know, some guys, they can't do it all 9 innings. I mean, it happens, don't get me wrong, but there's that 1 inning where a guy gets on a little blooper, you know, guy makes an error, all of a sudden it's first and second, the game's 1-0 or tied 1-1. You're sitting there like, what is going to go wrong here? And, you know, you need those guys to step up. They need to win those games. You know, they can't be playing the Angels in 12 innings, you know, all the time and finding a way to win those games. But again, they're sneaky good. It's a matter of putting everything together. They can pitch, and the pitching should get them there.
And also, one note, Adam Jude, who covers the team, pointed out that these two teams have split their first 10 matchups.
Yeah.
So they're meeting up next weekend in Houston, and whoever wins that season series gets another game, essentially, if it's close enough, right? If they finish tied. You want to say something mean to your stepbrother and see if it works now?
We are who we thought they were.
Who?
Talk more. Let's see.
Let's see what you get.
No.
Still not on there. This is great. It doesn't matter. Hey, that weekend series is going to be incredible. That's going to be like a playoff series. And it's in Houston, you said?
In Houston.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what the Mariners are made of. They need to be in these situations. If they find a way to get 2 out of 3 there and all of a sudden they, you know, go ahead and where they're at, it's only going to boast better for them.
Yep. I'm with you. So AL West right now, you've got Houston and Seattle even. Texas 2 games back of the division. And then Texas 2 games back of a wild card seat as well, because that's Houston and Seattle, right? One has the division, one has the wild card right now.
These guys are coming into the ballpark. Even if they're 1 game or 3 games out, they still are like, all right, hey, boys, let's go. You know, kicking the rear end like, hey, it's go time. Let's go. Don't take these guys lightly. Let's get after it. Find a way to win. You win. Then you go in the locker room and say, all right, who's winning, who's losing. This is what the best part of baseball is. I don't care who you are. When you're a ball player, you go to travel ball tournaments. Kratz knows this all too well. All right, we're on the fringe there. You know, hopefully this guy gets another run. It's sad to say, but you're like looking at other teams, hoping you can get in that playoff run on the weekend.
Yeah, there's the American League West for you with Houston and Seattle and Texas 2 games back in the loss column there.
Wow. This is don't forget about those Rangers, bro. This is nuts.
Yeah.
Absolutely nuts.
It's been fun. Anyway, we're going to talk more about the National League West coming up in a moment. Steven Nelson, who's calling many of those Dodger games, will join us, my buddy, next on FT.
We are longtime fans of Omaha Steaks, and I am drooling looking at the website right now, featuring USDA certified tender steaks, and also during their Red Hot Sale event going on right now this fall, 50% off site-wide at omahasteaks.com. Plus for the FT fam, an extra $35 off with promo code FOUL at checkout. You've been a big fan of Omaha Steaks since your early days as a pro.
Brings me back to my low A-ball days, because we used to survive on this. We get a big order at the beginning of the year, cook them on our little electric grill, can of peas, some mac and cheese. That was dinner for 4. We survived off Omaha Steaks, and it still has a special place in my heart.
You thrived.
Well,
you guys ate like kings.
Yeah.
That's special. Get fired up for fall grilling with Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com for 50% off site-wide during their Red Hot Sale event, and for an extra $35 off, promo code FOUL at checkout. 50% off at omahasteaks.com and an extra $35 off with promo code FOUL at checkout. See site for details. Dig in.
Should
it connected? Yeah.
Yeah. Trying.
Yeah, we'll definitely try.
Got him. All right.
Oh, hey.
We're good to go,
We're
but
good.
I still can't hear the I still can't hear anything else, but it's okay.
You don't
You
need
guys
to.
can hear me. I don't need to hear anything. I can definitely
Hear
hear.
that?
We are back.
Oh, baby.
Oh, baby.
baby.
Wait, are the Mariners still tied for first place?
This is the
Or did
worst.
I miss
a
that?
lot's changed.
This
A
is
lot's
the worst thing
changed.
that's happened to the show. It was great when he was quiet. I got to talk a little bit, but
Yeah.
Willie,
Felt
what do you
more
have to
intimate.
say about that? Do you want Erik to talk more? Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
How
All
about
right.
Roberto? Si, tu sabe.
Barry said no.
You got
Barry
1
says-
minute, Kratz, and then we're going to talk Dodgers. But any thoughts from what we talked about
Nah,
earlier?
you guys hit it all.
We
You guys
hit
hit it all
Okay.
well. We had some big dogs. We had some beasts. We had Todd telling everybody what was going on, bro.
What's going on?
Who do you like better, Astros or Mariners?
Mariners. I think Mariners are a more complete team. But why would you ever pick against the Astros? Because they always prove to you that you shouldn't pick against them.
Mhm.
I don't-
So, based on how my picks have been this year, go Mariners.
Okay.
Astros are winning it. Here we go.
The
There you
Astros
go.
are taking-
No, because
Todd's followed my picks. Todd's followed my picks. He
No.
knows.
I think they're more complete, but not by as much as we think.
Man, if they don't make it, if they don't make the playoffs,
That won't
or they
be
don't win the
good.
division, Alex Bregman should get even larger of a paycheck because of what he brings
Ooh.
to the squad.
That's a good
Hey, man.
point.
Just saying,
A lot
Win-
of dudes
winners
have left,
win.
and nothing changed.
winners win.
Yeah, and they're still super competitive. But let's see if they can finish strong like they usually do.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, Steven Nelson is going to join us coming up. We're talking Dodgers. Hey, Steven Nelson joining us right now on Foul Territory. I don't think you and I have been on together yet, have we?
No,
this-
Scotty, I was just going to say it's been 5 years since
Yeah.
we've done anything together.
Wow.
He's
In a
ducking.
minute.
He was ducking you, Steven. That's what
No,
it is.
No,
He was ducking you.
Only Steve
No.
and I and a few others know we've been in the trenches, in the broadcast
Yeah.
trenches of filling
Yeah.
in for people who, dog gets the homework and you get the call and, you're somewhere else drinking with friends and you got to put on the freaking Superman, Batman suit and run in, right?
Oh, we were forged in those fires together, Scotty.
Yes.
It's great to be with
Pressure.
you. Kratz, haven't seen you in a minute, and Frazier, great to be on with you guys as well.
You too, my
Good
man.
to see you, dude. All right, so let's get into things. So you're calling the
Yeah.
series this weekend. What do you have for us on the state of the Dodgers right this second in terms of preparations for the postseason? Because that's really the theme all year for this team, right?
Yeah, totally. I mean, this 4-game win streak certainly a healthy vibe changer for the Dodgers, and they needed it. They had lost 7 of 8. They were losing seemingly every game to losing teams or last place teams. You saw that road trip start. The Pirates swept them. It looked like the Orioles may do that as well, but they avoided that. And so this 4-game run here and the way they've won these 4 games has really been encouraging because this summer undoubtedly has been disappointing in Dodgerland. And the criticisms and concerns levied toward this team, totally fair because it isn't just a small stretch. Like you go back to the 4th of July, they've been one of the 3 or 4 worst teams in all of Major League Baseball. And so that's no small thing. But to your point, which is the biggest one, it is and has always been about October for this team. Now, they might have to play an extra series because of the way this summer has gone. They may find themselves in a wild card series. But the way that the starting pitching has been dominating, not just doing a good job or doing well, they have been dominating of late. And the way that Mookie Betts has rediscovered himself and the way that guys are now coming back healthy, it certainly has given some wind to the sails of this team as you head to the final 2 weeks and change of the regular season.
Is there nerves, though, in Dodgerland because they've been just trouncing the Rockies? I know they were losing to them before, but this resurgence came on the heels of playing, in my opinion, a better Orioles team. But the Dodgers were finding a way to snatch victory or snatch defeat out of the jaws of victory. And that's how that series went. All of that surrounding that, they were losing on the road. Now they could be that wild card team that may not have that division, may not have that home field. I think they're still going to get the home field. I think the Padres are even worse off than the Dodgers. But is that fear of playing on the road more fearful of than anything else, than any of the other problems that they've had coming up to this point.
No, honestly, I do think that the road struggles and the road record are more coincidental than anything. Like they were playing road games at a time where the team was just not playing good ball, not clean baseball, not smart baseball. And I think you said it fairly. Like they were finding ways to lose games. And that's something Dave Roberts said multiple times during the summer is like, that's a game we can't lose. We found a way to give that. We gave that game away. And those are things that you're not accustomed to hearing. There is this weird emotional juxtaposition in the minds of Dodger fans, because over the last dozen years, right, they're trying for a 12th division title in a 13-year stretch. There has been a level of dominance as well to that. And it got to the point where I think a lot of fans said, I don't care about the National League West anymore. It's just about the World Series. And that's something that the team addresses day one of spring training. It is about winning a World Series title. If not, everything else is a failure. They addressed that elephant in the room day one at Camelback Ranch in Glendale. But these last 2 years, with the division race being tighter, they didn't clinch it until the last series against San Diego in 2024, and they still almost got knocked out in the division series. And then certainly this year, as they're on track to barely scratch 90 wins, now it's like, well, wait. Now they're longing for those days where they're winning the division by 15, 20 games and coasting into the postseason. But I think that ultimately this will be a healthy thing for them, Kratzy. I think to kind of be humbled, not that the guys in the clubhouse were braggadocious. I'm just saying generally, where it's like, okay, this isn't just going to be a cakewalk. Not that any of them thought baseball of all sports was going to be a cakewalk. But for them to be like, wow, we're really having to fight and scratch and claw for every single win, no matter the record of the opponent across the field. I feel that is a big thing, not just for the Dodgers, really any team that's playing for postseason ball. So I tried to address the team and your question about the fans. I do think that there is some angst and some nervousness because the last 10 plus years they're normally getting ready to clinch in the middle of September, and that's not the case these last two seasons.
I think they're honestly giving every team the okey doke right now. They're just baiting them all in, take your wins, and then boom. Once the playoff hits, it's like flipping a switch, in my opinion. But
I hear you, Frazier, and like I think the other aspect of that is they're getting every team's best haymaker. I remember watching you guys when Logan O'Hoppe was on after the Angels swept the most recent Freeway Series. And he talked about not being able to go to sleep after those games. Like that's how turned up, I would say, most opponents are for the Dodgers throughout the year. So I remember Mookie Betts got a ton of crap after the Fan Fest last year where he's like, we're going to be every team's World Series. And everyone's like, how can you say something like that? I think Mookie's been vindicated and validated in what he has said, to be honest, over the last 2 years.
Yeah, agreed. Now, onto the pitching a little bit. I mean, they've had 39 different pitchers. We know injuries are a thing. How would you talk about this pitching staff? Give me something that you said, that's going to make this Dodger town feel okay. Like, where would you put them? Like, what is your thoughts on all this pitching and how are they going to bode well come playoff time?
Well, something that Andrew Friedman, Dodgers president of baseball operations, and Brandon Gomes, their GM, that they have said throughout this year is that they're going to have a chance to take their best 13-man pitching staff into the postseason that they've ever had. And the Dodgers have had some really good staffs. But the fact that you now have Yamamoto, who's starting tonight against Justin Verlander, you have Tyler Glasnow and Blake Snell healthy, Clayton Kershaw. I don't know how to explain him in year 18, just continuing to be a master of run prevention and Emmett Sheehan, the way he has come on. That's just the starting staff, and I didn't even mention Shohei Ohtani. So I think that there is a lot of confidence, given that those guys are, feeling physically good right now and throwing the ball well, that no matter what series they find themselves in, they're going to have a shot every single night. Now, the bullpen has shown some leaks throughout the year. There have been a lot of dudes back there thrust into a lot of different positions. They have had to deal with some injuries. So I think that right now, if I were to try to guess how fans are feeling, I would think that they're most concerned about the back end of the bullpen. But the way the starters look right now, it has buoyed the confidence level, and understandably so, because that is, I mean, any single one of those dudes can shove a night to night. So, you know, the way I put it when people ask about the Dodgers, I think they will go as their big dogs go. It starts with the triumvirate at the top of the lineup. It really is not a complicated formula for them to win games. Ohtani, Betts, and Freeman, those are their big guys. And then they're all-stars who have to alternate being all-stars. Will Smith, Max Muncy, Teoscar Hernandez, and then which glue guy finds a way to put a drop in the bucket to win a ball game that night. Like it's really that simple.
I'm glad you explained who the stars were, because you look up and down the lineup, you're like, stars, star, 9 star, and all of a sudden, like Alex Call, it's like, well, Alex Call was pretty good too. But the starting rotation is my question. You kind of hit on it there.
Yeah.
Is Dave Roberts going to change his and the Dodgers' approach because of, in my opinion, how good the rotation is right now? These guys are hammering out innings. They are dominant. And when you get to the bullpen, it could be one of their more shaky areas. And Doc and the front office, who creates the game plan for the postseason, have been really resistant to going to their starter for a 6th inning, for a 7th inning if needed. Are they going to change that approach? Are they going to do more of like a read it on the field?
I would think so. I think given what we saw last year with the Dodgers' run to the World Series, where they basically had 2.5 starting pitchers, right? I mean, things were pretty bleak from a starting pitching standpoint going into October, because you had Jack Flaherty, acquired at the deadline, and Yoshinobu Yamamoto was coming off an injury, right? You weren't quite sure how much he was going to be able to give you. And so they leaned on their bullpen, the bullpen dogs back there, and they led them to a World Series championship. And now the chemistry and the calculus has changed here in 2025, because the rotation is nasty. The rotation is healthy as we sit here right now. And the bullpen has a couple more question marks, not in terms of talent, but I would say right now, just in terms of confidence and execution. In those guys who have the backs of their baseball cards look like that for a reason, for all those guys. But for whatever reason, one or another throughout this year, they've had their struggles. So I would say what Doc, the staff, and the front office showed everybody last year is that they're going to do what needs to be done, and they're going to lean on the guys who can get them a win. And so if that's pushing the starters a little bit, then I think you're going to see that. But given the experience that this clubhouse, this coaching staff, and this front office has, getting into and through a postseason, I think they have shown time and again that they'll be flexible. If the guys in the back end aren't getting it done, then you're going to have to ride those starting horses. You just have to, Kratz. It's by hook or by crook. You find a way.
Okay. So one more rotation question. What do you think is more likely? Shohei Ohtani pitching into the 6th in the playoffs, or Clayton Kershaw starting the game over Shohei Ohtani?
Wow. That is an excellent situational question, Kratzy. I would say my internet's cutting out, guys, so I'm gonna have to hop out of here. No. Because no matter how you answer that question, there is like this feeling of I'm doubting one of the greatest to ever do it, right? Because it's like, okay, well, the Dodgers have been pretty steadfast and resolute in how they have handled Shohei as a pitcher this year. They're not going to push him. We've seen him go 5. But really it's been that, 3, 4 2/3 kind of stretch. And then Clayton Kershaw, you want to be like, all right, like back 9 of his career, like year 18, how much has he got left? And then you look at his numbers and you're like, it's still Kersh. I mean, the fastball is scratching 90, and he's still finding ways to go 5 2/3, 6 shutout innings, and still punching tickets. He's just they're two different types of unicorns, those two. So to your question, all right, can I like play into this hypothetical and ask a question back to you? Is this a wild card series? Is this a division series? Is this a short series? Is this a 7-game series? Let me ask you.
This is game 5. This is game 5. They're down.
Oh, okay. 7-game series. Sorry.
DS. Game 5. DS.
So this is win or go home.
This winner go home. Yamamoto clearly isn't going to be able to come back on 5 days rest. He hasn't done it ever in the history of Yamamoto baseball. So it has to be one of those two guys.
Did Show pitch in the wild card series if they were in it?
No.
I'll go with Show. I'll go with Show going 6. That's I love this. This is really fun. I'll say Shohei going 6 innings, because if it's win or go home, you want to go down with your absolute best, your best bullet. And that, again, see, when I say that now, you'll be like, wait, Clayton Kershaw's not your absolute best? No, he's going to have a statue in Dodger Stadium one day. And he is you can argue, the best to ever do it, preventing runs. But I just think if Shohei's fresh and there is no tomorrow, then you throw him out there and you ride him as long as he'll take you. So I appreciate you humoring the back and forth there. I enjoyed that.
My one thing on this, Nelly,
yeah,
Tony's got better stuff. I mean, we can
be
clear cut about that now. Obviously, Kershaw vintage, different story. Kershaw now will admit the same way. He's a different guy.
But it's the same results. Stop with the stuff.
It's not. It's different in the playoffs. I want my best stuff in the playoffs.
Don't do that. Don't give the Kershaw. Don't give the Kershaw narrative. The Dodgers are looking to get 27 outs. Kershaw has never not given them quality outs up until a certain point. Because Kershaw had this like aura about him, they would never take him out and they would let him hang out to dry. I don't think he has that aura, and they would take him out. You could get 4 shutout from Kershaw because that's all he's ever done.
And you could, and I think you could see a piggyback situation in that particular scenario. So because
coming out of the pen.
No,
I mean,
Ohtani's not coming out of the pen. He can't do that.
I don't think Show comes out of the pen. If you're gonna have anybody piggyback, you would probably ask Kersh to do it, because he has.
I saw him come out of the pen. Game 7 NLCS. He shut us out. He shut us down in the last inning or 2 innings. He came out of the pen. I think even against the Nationals in 18, he shut us down, and then I think he did it like 2 years before, a year before.
So yeah, I just think, and then you have a different look, right? Not only going right, left, it's just you're speeding up, slowing down kind of thing. I think so. I mean, that's the cheat answer is like piggyback. But if you're asking me to pick one, I'll go with Show.
All right, good. I appreciate that, because we say things with our chest. We don't. Well,
yeah.
Todd waffles back and forth, but we just allow Todd to do that because he's like, I don't want to piss off Mets fans or Yankees fans.
Whatever.
He does want to piss off Pirate fans. But anyway, last one.
Yeah.
Fun one for you. Joe Davis allows you to use his booth every once in a while.
Facts.
Do you ever leave any like notes or like something funny that he's got to like find? Like today, Todd unhooked my mic so that I couldn't say anything, and we couldn't find it until the second break. So Todd is jealous of me, and I know Joe is jealous of you because of your smashing good looks. And so do you leave him any like sneaky prizes?
Or,
well, first
of all, dead animal.
First of all, Kratzy, I think you need my glasses. If you're saying Joe Davis, the face and voice of baseball, is jealous of my looks, I cover half of this face because it's already punchable enough.
Okay.
I would my first year, 23. There were a couple times where I hopped in to finish a road trip because he was off doing Fox stuff, and he had left notes. But we have kind of lost that. We have lost that love and feeling a little bit. So I think your question is now turned into inspiration for me. That I've got to start doing that. Leaving notes. Yeah, be creative, and I'll. You guys tell me because Joe's traveling. He's getting ready for football right now. So you guys tell me what you want me to leave Joe Davis on the next.
Loosen one of his wheels on his chair, so when he goes to sit down, because he's got that deep voice, and then he sits down, and he's just like this for the first like half an inning. He's like, "What the?"
Yeah, honestly, Joe is so dialed. Like he would notice that. Like he is so obviously excellent at what he does. But like if we have like our crew talks, like our audio guy, if like the gain is a little bit off in his headset, he can tell, and and then he'll ask to fix it. Like he is just so dialed in. So I feel like if I like took a wheel off the chair, or if I like just even squeeze the little the knob on the chair, the side thing. Let's go side thing that goes up and down on the chair. He'd be like, "Wait a second, something's off here." Like he is, he's a broadcast cyborg. I don't know. So, but I'll try and do something to mess with him, and then see if I can get somebody to film it, and then we'll see how that prank plays out. If not, I'll just leave him a love letter.
Or you just get him arrested during the game.
Don't do that.
These are real stories now. These are real stories. See, these guys are taking you to early 2000s, mid 2000s, 2010s pranks in Major League Baseball that they pulled off. I was thinking like, oh, maybe you like a certain protein bar and you leave him an extra one or something like that, and say, hey, bud, try this one out. Let me know.
Also, first of all, I would love to go off the rails and go early 2000s pranks. But secondly, Scotty, like you bring up protein bars. Like I know you have to dial in your diet. Like Joe is the same thing. Like I think he just eats air sometimes. It's just right because his body's a temple. I don't know. I get it.
That's what we deal with. That's what we deal with Scotty. Right, yeah. We're going to do a show when we get a million subscribers on YouTube. We're going to do a show with Scotty's shirt off the whole time. 2 hours of that.
That sounds more like OnlyFans, fellas, than it does YouTube.
We gain 1 million more in about
they're on the line. They're on the line telling us to break. But, hey, Nelly, great catching up with you, dude. Enjoyed it. Looking forward to the call this weekend.
I appreciate you guys. Let's do it again soon, all right? You be well.
Yeah. Thanks, brother. That's Steven Nelson. You'll hear him on the Dodger games this weekend. You've heard him on Dodgers territory, too, with Alana Rizzo and Clint Pasillas. Check out that show. Latest episodes, a few from this past week, including one yesterday. Be right back.
FT fam, let's talk about Fair Harbor. And if you're listening, I hope that you watch this conversation at some point because we're doing show and tell, Kratz. Shorts, they can be used as a bathing suit. And the liner, which we call butter, is the game breaker. It's the playmaker because it's different.
You've worn shorts that are not like this, and the liner sucks. They are buttery on your butt.
I just came up with something for them. Your liner sucks. Get Fair Harbor liner. Seriously, give it a shot. I'm not just saying this. The butter analogy plays. And FT fam, we're hooking you up. So head over to fairharborclothing.com/foul20. Yes, that's FOUL 20 for 20% off your order. Once again, that's fairharborclothing.com/FOUL20 for 20% off, and make sure you use that promo code FOUL20.
I've been told we have a nice little Micky Moniak slide.
It was unbelievable. Well, he's blocking the bag, right?
First of all, he's blocking the bag, which should have been just automatically called overturned. Falls on his foot. Fortunately,
in the junk too there.
Oh, did he tag him in the junks?
Yeah, in the junker.
In the Junis junk.
Then
nice. It's amazing that he
That
was
is
able to stay on the bag despite all of
And
that.
they say baseball players aren't limber. Look at that.
baseball players
Micky
are the
Moniak's
best.
a good athlete.
Best
Former number 1 overall pick.
1-1.
Bust with the Phillies. He was a
It
bust.
shouldn't have been a 1-1. I think he was treated like a 1-1.
Yeah.
He signed for a 1-1. He's a big league baseball player.
Yeah, he's a big league player.
And that, he's athletic. That's a crazy play.
That was cool.
That's what we used to see Tatis do early in the season. Tatis was like Gumby, running everywhere. I wonder if he's hanging a little bit because he runs for 3 games. He'll get 6 bags and then crickets. Maybe it's all just scouting reports, he's picking on certain catchers or
That could
certain
be.
pitchers. But it's all or nothing for him, and he's doing these splits, sliding into second, all stuff that it's good. Todd could hit some homers because Todd ain't coming back from that one.
Year,
Yeah, he
Bill.
did.
No. You can steal bags, but you ain't doing loose and Limburger stuff like that.
Yeah, I did.
He did. He was the Josh Naylor of his time.
Yeah, Josh Naylor's sliding in no throws. That's how my guy's getting 20.
All I did, I just never went like that. That's all.
Ever-
Never gave the money back because I didn't have it at the time. I had a little bit, not a lot.
Josh Naylor's getting some extra cash with those bags for
Yeah,
free agency.
that's right. Better than box scores. I feel like the Mets and Phillies have met up 80 times in the past few weeks, but instead of going live to our reporter on a scene, he is with us in person to share the latest on the Mets and the Phillies. What do you have for us, Mr. Kratz?
They did it. They did the exact opposite of what happened when they were in Citi Field. I don't understand how a team can, besides the fact that the starting rotation turned in 4 absolute gems, the Phillies, they went into Citi Field and it was everybody's panicked. We can't win in Citi Field. There's no chance. It was 9 or 10 straight that they've lost in Citi Field. So nothing that the Phillies need to do more than figure out how to never play in Citi Field this postseason. And they may not even need to play the Mets. The Mets have a lot of work to do to finish out this season and make sure they make the playoffs. I think they're going to. But I don't know. The disparaging marks of home field advantage for the Phillies in the last, I'm going to say the last 2 seasons, but it might even be more than that. It's they're 146 or something, or 101 now and 46 in their last 150-some games, the 2 seasons. It's ridiculous, including the postseason. And they took it to the Mets. They made the Mets. They even gave the Mets a chance in the first inning. They came out swinging, and the Mets were yeah, we're going to take this. We're going to take this, John. Jesus Luzardo's out there in the 7th inning, punching tickets, dialing it up to 99 to finish out the game. If you have to face those 3 lefties in a playoff series right now, I get it. There's still 2 weeks to go. I don't understand. I don't understand how you can beat them because they're not touching Luzardo or Ranger Suarez in their history, against those guys. The matchup does not favor the Mets, but they could go to Citi Field and sweep them out of the ballpark.
It's crazy. Texas Ranger Suarez is absolutely filthy. By the way.
Filthy. Setting himself up for a nice free agency.
What Luzardo did yesterday after giving up 4 runs in the first inning, absolutely incredible. That's a feat. Forget about the Mets. They do that all the time. This is something to be proud of, man. It goes to show you, going into the 7th inning, what is going on? You gave up 4 runs in the first inning.
I give credit to Caleb Cotham, their pitching coach, JT Realmuto, and obviously Jesus Luzardo. They had a game plan of attacking the Mets early, and they ended up sticking to that game plan, and the Mets abandoned their game plan. They stopped swinging. He kept getting ahead. I think at one point it was 19 of the 22 batters he faced, he got first pitch strike. First inning, they were just out there swinging, and it was wild. It was a wild change of the game plan for the Mets. This is from Opta Stats. The Mets are the only major league team in the modern era to score 4+ runs in the first inning, but have nobody reach base the rest of the game and end up losing.
A 8 inning perfect game.
That's crazy. It might
That is
have even
crazy.
been more than that because they scored the 4, and I think there's still only 1 out.
Right.
Oh,
So
yeah.
whatever it is plus
Eight
the
and
change.
2/3.
That's
Like
incredible.
that's incredible, and that is not that it's a demoralizing loss. I think sometimes the walk-offs are demoralizing losses. It is a demoralizing series. They came in and they're like, if we get all 4, just like we did in Citi Field, we're in striking distance. Screw the Reds. They're not getting us. Screw the Giants. They're not getting us. Now the palms are a little sweaty. They get to go home, but they get to face a hot Rangers team. And Jacob deGrom throwing first game. Like, you want can we get a spot starter? Can we get like a AAA call up? And even insult to injury, Walker Buehler is pitching the first game for the Mets this series against the Royals. The Mets are like, why couldn't we have faced Walker Buehler?
You mean for the Phillies against the Royals?
I'm sorry, for the Phillies against the Royals.
Yep.
Like, they're like, man, we had nothing. They were just suffocated that lineup.
And listen, after the game, they're not flying home. They're in that traffic going up the turnpike. I mean, it's a 3-hour drive home.
Was that the worst? Was that the worst big league travel? Philly to New York. Philly to the Mets.
I would
It's a
actually.
bus?
I would go home.
Bus.
You bust it back?
I would drive home, like to my house and right here.
So how would
I never took that bus ride? So I would go home.
Like, you get
and
an
then
Uber
drive
home?
to the ball. No, I have a family member, my wife or my dad, whoever it is,
from Philly?
from Philly to Tom's River, and then I would just drive to the ballpark after that. So I never taken that Philly to Queens before ever.
It is. I mean, you're going to Midtown, like you're going to
But
Manhattan.
still, like that could be a 3-hour drive when it usually takes an hour and 25 minutes.
What if you just got swept in a 4-game series?
Oh,
How long is that?
misery. And then
You're
going like this in the bus.
You're
Oh,
sitting on the whatever, the Tacony Palmyra bridge, and you're just like dun, 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 on this bus. A lot of the big dogs in Philly, they would helicopter. I remember Cliff
wow.
Lee, Cole Hamels, Papelbon, they would all get a helicopter. They're like, I'm in the big leagues. I am not riding a coach bus, 2-seater coach bus. Because we would always take the train down to the Nats, and I think that's the biggest big league travel,
That's cool.
way more than a charter jet.
I would love to
And
do
then
that.
And then the bus up to New York, and I'm just like,
Not in.
back to the bushes.
Mhm.
It's tough. I mean, you got space. You're not crammed, but at the same time, you just if you win, it's like, let's play some cards.
Oh,
have a few root beers,
absolutely.
you know what I mean? But
Turn the seat around.
The thing is, I mean,
play
if
some
this
music.
if this series ended up a split, the Mets are in such a different place. The Phillies could have just played a part in ending the season for the Mets. That's how close they kept it. If you're a Philly fan, in addition to not liking the Mets in the division, you would much rather play the Reds or the Giants, correct? I don't even think it's close.
Yeah.
You
It's not
would
even
much
close.
rather play the Reds or the Giants if you're the Phillies. So you played a part in making it a little nerve-wracking for the Mets over the next 2.5 weeks. Our buddies over at the Mets Up show, they do a lot of misery tweeting. James and Mark, they said the Mets have lost all of these games since the start of August.
Wow.
The pain never ended. Now, if you're listening to the podcast, basically what you need to know is that they're showing you a lot of scenarios where you would think, oh, the Mets won that game, right? And then they didn't.
This is indicative of the way that they built their pitching roster. In my opinion, I got roasted for saying it early on
Many of us did.
because their starting rotation was nails. And I even kind of retracted what I said at the beginning of the season. I'm like, man, David Stearns is doing it. Now the pressure cooker has put them in a spot where they can't kind of glide into the postseason. They have to run these horses all the way through. No bigger series than this weekend. They're going back to Citi Field.
For
They're
both teams.
nails. They're nails at Citi Field. But the Rangers are coming in. They're
Both
they're
teams.
blowing out their pen. Everybody that they have is going all 3 games. This is a huge series for them.
DeGrom starting too. Oops. Go ahead. Next.
Yeah.
That's a game I want to watch.
Oh, I get
It's
it. Reds,
DeGrom versus Tong. That's good.
I think
King
Have
Tom.
you seen Tong pitch yet?
what a
Briefly.
nickname.
It's a fun watch. First of all, he
Great
looks like
nickname.
he's 12, and I can say that because I was 12 until I was 30.
Until you could
And-
grow a beard. Yeah.
And his delivery's cool. It's got some lincecum in it.
Love it.
Yeah, you'll like it. All right. Coming up next, we'll go over key injuries in baseball and how some of the comebacks of those players could affect the postseason race and October ball. Yeah.
We spend a lot of time on the road. We are often concerned about our online security when you're logging in from all over the globe, really. So you should maybe look into a VPN. What does that stand for, Kratz?
Virtual private network.
Boom, nailed it. And that virtual private network that you should look into is called Surfshark. It is time to take control of your online security and try Surfshark today. You can enjoy their 30-day money-back guarantee and secure your digital world right now by visiting the link that we'll post there for you and start surfing securely. Surfshark.com/foul or the code FOUL at checkout will get you 4 extra months of Surfshark VPN, aka Virtual Private Network. It's a risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee. Surfshark's unique VPN benefits include use on unlimited devices in 100 countries and 24/7 support at surfshark.com/FOUL. This has been your tech update. Keep your data safe.
Hey, we have a little GM search going on with the Orioles right now. Mark Feinsand saying, according to a source, the Orioles indeed had interest in White Sox assistant GM Josh Barfield for a potential front office role. But Josh said no. He would like to stay in Chicago.
Maybe it's because the White Sox are hot, 9-2 in their last 11.
Ride
He
that wave.
sees what they have there. I mean, I'm not like
Cool.
it probably just wasn't a better fit. But I know Barfield personally. We played together. This dude is he's one of those guys that holds he commands a room quietly. And I think if he wants to stay somewhere and enjoys what he's doing, why leave? Why leave?
He's planted a home down. Here, I'm going to take you next level on this. You could be looking at the situation going, okay, the White Sox already did their scrap it down rebuild. We're in our 5-year plus plan.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting better. We got better from last year to this year. We're still terrible, but we're getting better. So I'm riding this wave this way. With the Orioles, it could recover or it could get ugly. And if it does get ugly, I could actually be out of a job pretty quickly there. Think about it. I mean, now we learned that next year, even if the Orioles fall apart again, probably going to roll with Mike Elias again. But if you have 2 years of that, I mean, how much can you do? The fan base will be up in flames.
Boring.
If they have, another sinking ship like they did last year for the next couple seasons, nobody's job would be
Who has a
safe.
shot at winning a World Series first?
Orioles, for sure.
We just talked about this yesterday. You have to if you're in that position, you have to want to go to a place that has a chance of winning a World Series.
Yeah, but White Sox are catching up to where Baltimore
Because
is.
Jerry's going to start spending.
Jerry's going to leave soon.
Oh.
Injuries suck. Powered by Arena Club. Arena Club's going to make us feel better because they're going to show us cards of these players when they were healthy. And many of these players should be back in the fold for contenders. So I'll list a bunch of them. And you also see the list on paper here. There was an article from Chad Jennings talking about how many players have been placed on the injured list since September 1. The list is loaded with major names that are on playoff contenders. Kyle Tucker, Bo Bichette. I'm not going to name all of them, but I'm just giving you an example of a few that stand out. Trey Turner, Sander Bogarts.
Oof.
From anything I just mentioned or any others that I'm missing that could be back soon, which one stands out to you as a guy who could make a major impact upon his return to the team, whether it's a team needing him down the stretch to make the playoffs or really in the postseason looking at that player being like, he needs to be back for this team to make any noise? I have one in my head,
Me
but I
too.
think one of you is going to take it. So
Go ahead,
you can go
Todd.
first.
I think I'm going to take it. Is he in the AL East?
Yes,
Start with a Bo and end with a Shet.
it does.
That's a Bo Bichette.
You got it.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, without it. I was scrolling down there. I'm looking at all. I mean, Corey Seager came to my mind too as well. So that's like 1B. That guy's
Yep.
absolutely filthy in the playoffs, as you guys know. Bo Bichette for sure is the guy that you want on your playoff run. But I'll go to Corey Seager after that. I mean, Corey Seager has been, dynamite. With the big hits, with the championship runs. If the Rangers want to be a part of this and go a little further, that's a guy they're going to need. He's a leader, and right behind him, Marcus Semien. I mean, both of those guys are A-plus ball players. So those two, in my opinion. Kratz?
I'm going to the West, National League West. A team that cannot score runs has to prevent runs. Nestor Cortez. Nestor
Wow.
Cortez
Oof.
is way more important to his team than I think people understand. Only because who is starting your 3 games for the Padres right now? And you're going to say maybe Michael King.
Michael King.
Absolutely.
He's back.
He pitched 1 game.
He made 1 start.
He made 1 start. Somebody's not back at 1 start. Is he better than Nestor Cortez? 100%. 100%. But this Padres team cannot score runs, so they have to have as much run prevention as possible. Nestor Cortez isn't going to give you 9 innings. I'm not saying that. Nestor Cortez is part of that rotation that is going to, in a 4-game series, that rotation has to give you 16 innings somehow.
Oh, he just gave up back-to-back homers. Like, he's done that how many times now? Yeah, he's good. He's not. To me, I don't think that's the decider. That's the biggest one, in my opinion.
For the Padres,
Yeah.
or for, you mean just on the list? You mentioned all of them. I couldn't take anybody else. You were like
all the good
Seager,
ones.
Bobichette, Marcus Simeon.
How about
Yeah, but who's starting playoff games?
Yeah, who is?
Out of 3 for the Padres? And yes, I get it. You got to see more from Michael King. But King is starting. Nick Pivetta is definitely starting playoff games.
Yep.
He's been fantastic. Cease or Darvish? I mean, Cease. For me,
Cease
Cease. Because
is
if
the
you
third
catch
guy.
him at the right time,
Mhm.
then
Oh.
he's a 1.
And he's a play. His stats would say he's a playoff mega pick for them.
Yep.
Punch outs, his strikeouts per 9 are huge. He's just not getting the innings. So that's your 3 starters. But Michael King isn't coming back on 5 days rest.
Right.
Pivetta may, so Pivetta throws your first game. and
Yeah, but
you're
I have a 4 for you. I think Darvish is 4.
before
and then
Nestor.
I think it's between Nestor
Forgot
and
about
Randy
Darvish.
Vasquez for 5.
Agree.
Randy Vasquez
I
is-
forgot about you,
for
Darvish.
a few innings,
No punch outs.
no punch outs.
I get it. He had a career high last night against the
Well, it's
Rockies.
Yeah.
Stop
but-
it. Professional.
But now we're talking about the 5 starter.
See, I think Nestor healthy
Yeah.
is better than what Yu Darvish has been giving them the last 3 or 4 outings.
That's a take.
Woo-hoo.
In my opinion, I'm
Let's run it.
I'm going Darvish. 1 start to
okay.
Agreed.
win my season over between those 2.
I mean, let's be honest. Whoever's out there is out there until they get a base runner. And then they're going Mason Miller, Maury Hone. They're going Robert Suarez. Like, each of these dudes are giving them 2 innings apiece. So now you're 6 innings down.
Right.
Like, in a game 5, game 7, these guys are rested.
Get through a lineup
You
one
get,
time.
You get to 5 innings though, man. That's with that bullpen. Oh my God.
I don't even think it needs to be 5. In a game 7, in an elimination game.
Hold up. I'm surprised that you didn't say Kyle Tucker. Where are
I
the
just don't-
Cubs without
I just
prime Kyle Tucker? Now, I got to look. I mean, he's had some postseasons where he's not really there,
It's a lot of guys, man.
I
but
just
you
don't
need him
think
to be there.
I just don't think the Cubs. I didn't choose Kyle Tucker because I don't think the Cubs are that good.
Wow. Okay.
I don't think they're built enough. I mean, shoot, what do they have? Like a 7.5 game lead in the wild card?
Yeah. they're
I just am
firmly.
afraid that this team isn't as good as what that lineup was hitting. I mean, they're just who's starting the 3 games for them? Who's getting the 7th or 6th, 7th, 8th inning out of their bullpen? Is Palencia going to come back? Like, all that stuff is huge. A lot of question marks for this team. To me, I think the Padres are the better team. I think the Padres are the better than the Cubs.
How about Roki Suzaki?
No.
Not good.
No.
How about Trey Turner? I'm surprised you guys
Trey
didn't say.
Turner.
Well, I just think
Trey
he's going to
Turner.
come back. But
Yeah,
I
he's
also
definitely
think
going to come back. And
I think they have pieces
he's
to
had
fill
some
in for him.
seasons though, where you're like, "Where's Trey at?" I mean, it's the same with Kyle. I'm looking back at numbers for Kyle Tucker. 2023 postseason ALDS, 500-ish OPS. Same with the ALCS. Last year in the AL wild card, he didn't do anything. His career, he's had a lot of postseason time already. Kyle Tucker, 247 plate appearances, 229, 309, 376 slash. I mean, that's not good for a star.
That's not good. If you're leaning on it, the Cubs are leaning on that for a start. I don't think the Phillies are leaning on Trey Turner coming back like the Cubs will be leaning on Kyle Tucker. So Kyle Tucker would be more important, I think.
Okay.
I think Edmundo Sosa fills in nicely if you have a righty on the mound. I think Stott fills in nicely at shortstop.
Yeah, I think Bo's the guy. of
Bo
anyone.
I think Bo's
You
by
need
far
Bo
the guy.
Bichette back and looking like he's been this
Agreed.
year.
And I'm
also
gonna-
the contact part. I mean, that's the identity for the Blue Jays, and he's their shortstop. I don't know, Trey is too, but for Bo, I just think that, hey, this guy's probably going to make contact. I think he's got some clutch postseason moments in his future.
Here's the thing with Bo. When you're planning a scouting report, and probably from now until we go to the playoffs, I'm going to say this 6 more times.
Yep.
How do you game plan? Big league pitchers, as much as Todd found out, throw strikes around the zone. And Bo is not afraid of hitting a pitch this far off at 95 the other way. How do you tell a big league pitcher, I get it, you're nibbling, I need you to throw it this far off, and he'll still chase? They just aren't programmed to do that. And I think he's on a heater right now. I think he is maybe the most integral part of any team right now that's in the playoffs.
And it's to all fields with the knocks.
Stakes.
Important.
Stakes win in the playoffs because stats go out the window. How many times in the postseason were you pissed off at an 0 for 3 when we won? Never. Stats don't matter.
No.
Runs matter.
Yep. Runs matter.
Wins matter.
No,
All right, so
wins matter.
let us know your thoughts if we're missing
Both.
someone that we mentioned. And if you want to yell at Kratz for throwing Nestor Cortez out there early, you can.
I did.
Todd handled it for you. I see what you're saying, though. They need
Todd-
starting rotation.
Todd took all the players. They didn't have anybody.
It took 3.
There's a lot of them.
arenaclub.com/foul, 20% off the first slab pack purchase that you make. Or if you're just looking for a specific card, you probably can find it on the best app for the hobby. Collecting, buying, selling, get it all done quick instead of the clunky process in the past. arenaclub.com/foul.
Let's go rip
Ken
a pack.
Rosenthal joining us next on Foul Territory. Hey, we're back. All right, let's talk about Playmakers Classic. I was sending a note out real quick. On February 18th, 2026, yes, are you making your spring training plans yet? You should be thinking about it. Or if, we get a little closer to, what do they call it? Cyber Monday, Travel Tuesday. Is that what they call it?
I don't know.
We talking about after Thanksgiving?
Yeah. I'm saying if you want to start thinking about your travel plans,
Have
then
to.
for spring training, February 18th is a time that you should circle on the calendar, the 4th annual Playmakers Classic. Or if you're in downtown Phoenix, then go for it. And you can be part of probably a few hundred people that are there hanging out with big leaguers, and a lot of big leaguers, former and current.
But it's dudes that are not forced to be there.
Right.
Like they enjoy it. And in my opinion, that's when you really get a better experience hanging around dudes. Like they want to be there. They're not forced to be there or, here I come, and they're just sitting in the corner. No, they're interacting, and they're awesome dudes because it's for a great cause.
3 hours nonstop action, live performances, interactive games, and you get to hang out. I mean, usually they're playing cards. A lot of the players.
Oh, yeah.
It's
There's
good
a couple
time.
different. Yeah, I think there's a roulette table the one time.
Yep.
Bring your monies.
When it gets closer, we'll interview some players too. We'll bring them on and obviously talk ball, and then we can ask them about it so you can see some of the people that will be at the event coming up in February. Hey, Ken Rosenthal about to be in the green room, so he's going to join us in about a minute on FT. Looking forward to that. You got a good question for Kenny Ballgame?
Yeah, I want to know what tie he's wearing or what bow tie he's wearing coming up.
There's a little more on Playmakers Classic, by the way. QR code on the screen. Smack that if you want to go check out tickets. You want to ask him about his bow tie?
Always.
I don't feel like that's groundbreaking.
Yeah.
It's going to be because I've heard it's tight around the neck.
Incredible. All right. Well, if you have questions for Ken, last chance to do it before the end of the week here. Grilling Ken via Inside Scoop next on FT.
Todd just said, I love Lamp. That's what you just said.
He should be a headline. Can he do it or not?
It's the Inside Scoop with FT Senior Insider Ken Rosenthal. Ken, what happened in that Mets-Phillies series? You were just there. What did you see?
That was a crazy game last night. And for those who didn't see it, the Mets scored four runs in the first inning, and then Jesus Luzardo retired, 22 in a row. So that was the first time in Major League history that it ever happened, that a team did not get a base runner after scoring 4 runs in the first inning. Luzardo was brilliant. There's no question about that, and that was the reason for it. But the Mets' whole season has been so curious. 45-24 on June 12th, 31-47 since. They had the best record in the majors on June 12th. They have the 4th worst since. And now they're looking at a real problem in the wild card race because their lead is down to 1.5 games. They hold the tiebreaker over the Giants, but not the Reds. So if the Reds do tie them, they've got a real problem. And guess what? Tonight they face Jacob deGrom at Citi Field.
What is a higher level? Excitement for the Phillies for what just happened, or concern for the Mets?
I would say both equal, Erik, because there should be excitement for the Phillies. The Phillies, even without Wheeler for the rest of the season, even without Trey Turner and Alec Bohm for a little bit longer for sure, they expect Turner back before the end of the season, Bohm probably right at the end of his 10 days. Even with those absences, they look great. They are 11-3 in their last 14 games. They just completed a 4-game sweep of the Mets. And they seem to have whatever that it quality is right now. And Harrison Bader has added a huge edge to that team. Maybe one that was kind of needed, a little bit of an injection of energy. Same thing at the back end of the bullpen with John Duran. So everything looks great for them right now. And I say that knowing that, of course, we've seen many teams this season look great and then all of a sudden crash. And the Mets are on the opposite end of that spectrum. So, yes, I am concerned about the Mets. I know it was just a couple of weeks ago they swept the Phillies at Citi Field. I know who is in their lineup. We all do. But they're not performing. Their starting pitching remains really problematic. Their veterans, the ones who aren't hurt, are struggling. David Peterson was pretty good last night, but it was still only 5 innings. And they've got the 3 kids going against Texas this weekend, Jonathan, and then Brandon Sproat, and then Nolan McLean. Those guys are really talented. We've seen that. But that's who you're going to lean on down the stretch. 3 kids we just saw get promoted to the major leagues. They've got huge problems right now, and their bullpen is another one because it has been inconsistent. And what's so odd about this whole situation is the Mets and Phillies went for the same thing at the deadline. Center fielder, Mets got Mullins, Phillies got Bader. Late inning relief, Phillies got Duran and David Robertson. The Mets got Helsley, who has not been good, and Tyler Rogers, who has been very good. It just seems these 2 teams are going in opposite directions, to use the old cliche.
All right, well, let's go to the Phillies since we've already piled on the Mets, I think, too much, and Ken's got a smile on today, so we got to go to the Phillies. And the article you wrote about Bryce Harper, a guy who came up as the superstar, the next LeBron James of baseball, all this and what his career is. Now he's at a point this season where you wrote Phillies leading man or supporting actor?
Right now, he's more of a supporting actor. Kyle Schwarber has been their leading man. Trey Turner has had a great season. Their starting pitchers have been amazing. And as I just mentioned, the deadline additions have been really impactful as well. Harper has had a good season, not a great season. He had the wrist problem, which sidelined him for a time, bothered him for a little bit more than that. So it's been interesting to see the dynamic of that clubhouse. And some people with the Phillies mentioned to me, I'm not so sure, they said, that Bryce is all that comfortable with this. He's always been the center of attention. So I asked him about it after last night's game, and he said, listen, I just want to win. I am fine. I'm going to be Bryce Harper, and guess what? My time is coming. I love October. I love the bright lights. I love the big moments, and he's gearing up for that, hoping that these final few weeks lead him into October to where exactly he wants to be.
Did he give you any inclination that wrist is fully healthy? Did you ask, or maybe it wasn't even the situation to ask? Because somebody that hit me up the other day said, I feel like Bryce Harper's pulling the ball a lot more and not able to stay on it longer, which could be an issue of that wrist.
I didn't ask, but I didn't think it was an issue, Erik. Now, maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe I should have asked. There are always questions that you don't ask that maybe you should have. But at the same time, he was really good coming off the IL. In September, he hasn't been quite as good, but it didn't seem to me, he didn't mention the wrist as a problem or an ongoing problem. So I don't expect that that's the issue right now. It didn't come up in the conversation. And again, perhaps that's on me. I should have asked, but if he was hurting, I think he might have mentioned it too.
I want to change gears here a little bit. The Phillies are doing awesome, but let's go into AL West here. Did you see this coming? I mean, we know about this Mariner team, how good the pitching staff was. We knew how good Houston was and how they've been. Have you seen this Mariner team? I'm sure you have, but did you see this coming at the end of the year here?
I didn't see any of this coming for any of those teams, not in the way it's happened. And if you remember, Todd, at the start of the year, the projection systems had all of these teams, the three contenders, with about the same records. And I remember Mike Petriello of MLB.com wrote about that, and that's what the projection system said. And it's turned out that way, but certainly not in the way anyone anticipated. So let's go through the teams. Houston, incredible injuries all year. They were without Alvarez for 3 months or so, starting pitching injuries all season long. They had 17 players, 18 players on the IL at one point. They're barely hanging on, it seems, right? Even with Alvarez back and even with some big moves at the deadline. Texas, one of the most disappointing teams in baseball this season. They looked like they were out of it. Then about 2 weeks ago, they lose Eovaldi, Simeon, and Seager. Garcia followed. And yet these younger guys, these inexperienced players that they've brought in, Cody Freeman, Michael Hellman, they've been the guys carrying the Rangers to this point where now they are back in contention. It's the oddest thing. And then finally, Seattle. Now, we think of Seattle as this pitching monster, right? But they haven't quite been as good pitching-wise as they've been in the past. Part of that is injuries. Now, Brian Woo's been great, probably a top 5 Cy Young finisher, but the others have been hurt, inconsistent, whatever you want to say about them. And their offense has been, again, kind of an in-and-out offense, but better at home, certainly, and better of late. So they're right there. I don't know who's going to win this thing. I do know that each of these teams, like virtually every contender this year, has taken a circuitous path to where they are right now. But it's going to be a fun final stretch for those teams for sure.
In your opinion, which of the 3 teams, if they don't make it, because one of the 3 will not make the playoffs, will have more long-lasting ramifications? Is it the Astros because they got rid of stars, and it's like, hey, we can't keep getting rid of stars like we have because in the past it's worked? Is it the Mariners? Hey, we can't go all in like we did. Is it the Rangers? We can't start slow. So which ramification will have will have the longest long-term ramification based on if they don't make it?
Erik, that is a great question. I don't know the answer. We do know that when teams experience disappointing seasons, play below expectations, that changes often are made, front office-wise, manager-wise, coaching, whatever the case might be. So depending on which team is out and which team disappoints the most, I guess, we may see some change along those lines. As far as long-lasting ramifications, the Astros are in an interesting position that way. Altuve's getting older, and they have lost Tucker and Bregman over the years. Correa is back now. Cam Smith, he's struggled a bit as a rookie since that hot start, but he could be a star of the future. And they still have pitching, but Framber Valdez is a free agent. So they might be in the most precarious state, even with Alvarez signed long-term. It's difficult to say. The Mariners, too, are a funny operation because if they miss the playoffs, how long do they give Jerry DiPoto, their president of baseball operations, time to keep going in this fashion when they keep missing? I don't know that he did anything wrong here. Their team is good. He did well at the deadline, but I do wonder if their ownership, which historically has been inert, would maybe say, I don't know, it's time for something different.
Ken, I'm going to plug some other work that you put up in The Athletic this week. So you have an article: after a disappointing 2025, these 4 MLB teams might be ready for success in 2026. you know which team I'm picking because you also reported on the Orioles kind of quietly promoting Mike Elias to president of baseball operations before the season started. My two questions for you. Number one, why do this quietly when you're coming off back-to-back playoff appearances before this season that turned into a disaster for Baltimore? And two, this was a good point from AJ the other day. He's like, we should know the contracts for a front office leader. So my thing is, even if you're not going to disclose the money, don't you feel like fans have the right to know how many years are on a contract? Because think about it. If the Orioles miss the postseason again next year, we're now in 2 years of, in my mind, a disaster because you did 5 years of tanking for what? For 2 playoff seasons and no wins?
Scott, excellent points. And when I heard yesterday, and actually Britt Giroli got the original tip that he was president of baseball operations, I thought, okay, this is the way the Orioles are going to do this. They're going to elevate him now, eliminate any questions about his future, bolster their front office by hiring a GM under him. And then upon further reporting, we learned that this actually had happened last offseason, and they hadn't said anything about it. And it was really curious to me, and it remains curious to me. I am pretty sure at the time, let's assume this happened last November, December, they figured we're coming off 2 playoff years. We're going to have a great year next year, might be even better. All good. We don't have to worry about saying anything. Nothing's going to be a problem. Well, guess what? They struggled. They had a bad offseason, then they had a bad start to the season. I wouldn't say a bad offseason. An offseason that didn't correct entirely what they needed to correct, which was their starting rotation. And then the season starts, and people are saying, well, maybe Mike Elias shouldn't be the long-term guy here. If they had just said in December or whenever they announced that or made that promotion, this is what is going on, there would have been a lot less heat on Mike Elias. Now, maybe he doesn't care about that. Maybe they don't care about that. Teams often seem to operate in their own little bubbles, but in retrospect, it seems awfully foolish not to have announced that. Now, to AJ's point, teams often do not like to announce the terms of the deals for their executives and their managers for that matter, because at that point, and I've been told this by executives, we start the countdown as media and fans. Hey, he's got a year left. What's going on? Teams hate having any pressure on them, hate having anyone question them. So that's why they go about it. It's odd because certainly the players their terms are out there. And certain teams do announce terms of their managers and front office executives and just how long they're under contract. It's not that unusual, but there are teams that do not. And to me, it does a disservice to the fans and everyone else, but they're private companies. They can do whatever the heck they want.
That is for sure.
Yeah, it's CIA.
Sometimes
it's CIA instead of MLB. It's weird.
All right, I'm going to put
you know what? One more point on that, Scott. It's Major League Baseball, okay? It's not geopolitics. And sometimes I think you're treated like geopolitics by the people running the teams when it's an entertainment vehicle. And, yeah, it's serious business. We all know that. It's a $12 billion industry. But for goodness sake, let's not get carried away with ourselves.
Be transparent with your fans. That's all I ask.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I agree.
You got last licks.
Last licks. 2 quick questions. You don't have to go deep into them, but I'm going to put you on the spot, kind of. Fans deserve to hear what you have to say here. 1 spot left in the wild card in the American League. Yankees, Red Sox, and Blue Jays are in. Who gets that final spot as of today?
I think Seattle.
You can always change it. Okay.
Seattle or Houston. I don't see Texas getting there. Now, I'm intrigued by Texas. I think they're really interesting, but it's 2 games still. And yes, if Seager comes back and elevates them and Garcia comes back as well, but it just seems to me that Seattle, as long as they stay at home, which they can't do the entire time, but they're better at home, they're going to be okay. And Houston, I don't see falling off entirely.
All right, and then we'll go to the National League. Cubs and Padres are in. Who gets that final spot as of today?
The Mets. And there's no reason why they shouldn't get that final spot. It would be one of the all-time flops with a $340 million payroll if they can't hold off a Giants team that sold at the deadline and a Reds team that, you look at it right there, with the Giants, 2 games over 500. The Mets should be better than this. They should be able to hold these teams off. But at this point, after watching them for the last couple of months, the last couple of days, I don't know that I would guarantee anything. And it's just disturbing to see what they have become and the fact that they seemingly are unable to get out of this rut. I don't quite understand it, and no one around the team does.
Our director, Jeremy, who produces Fair Territory with Ken, was bringing up the epic Mets collapse. I think it was 2008.
7.
Or
They
7?
Gave it up.
Yeah.
Seven.
It
where
was
they had
7. Yeah, that's the first time the Phillies made it.
crazy lead and gave it up in 5 seconds. It was insane. So everyone can look that up. Hopefully we don't have to bring it up if you're a Mets fan. If you're a Reds or a Giants fan, then go look it up and get some inspiration. Ken, thank you. We'll watch you this weekend on – what do you have this weekend?
Milwaukee?
Cardinals at
St.
Brewers. I'm in Milwaukee right now.
Got
There
it.
you are.
Okay. We'll watch you on Saturday. Thanks, Ken.
The Haunted
Thanks,
Hotel.
No. That's a
don't
nice
think he's
hotel
there.
he's in. That's a nice hotel.
Yeah.
That's
I think I
baller.
know that one, and
Yep.
that's not
The other one's
that's
nice
not
too.
the one.
They got great breakfast. Oh God,
Yeah, if you can
some
make
of
it
the
through
best
the evening.
pancakes.
If you make it through the evening.
I did. I talked to him
The ghost.
always.
Fair Territory with Ken on Monday. Fair Territory with Ken and Alana next week on Thursday. FT fam, we're getting ready for Sal Stewart, Reds rookie, joining us soon. He's going to tell Todd Father why Cincinnati is his city now.
Oh.
Don't say that.
I like that smoke.
And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Data Dish powered by Inside Edge. What do we have here? Your boy, your old teammate, Todd Father, Jacob deGrom. Opponents have a first pitch chase rate of 23% against deGrom this season. That's best in baseball among starting pitchers qualified for this.
They're trying to hit the heater. They
I was going to say that's a
Is that what it is?
that's a weird stat.
Yeah,
Is it?
I've never seen that. But listen,
I like that stat
I
though,
love it too.
because I thought one of the things that he did really well this year was throwing more strikes and not just trying to overpower dudes early in the count, and that's why he's gotten deeper into games and stuff like that. And he stayed healthy. But that's a fun stat. Like
Chase.
chase rate, not swing and miss, chase rate, which is early on, dude, you should not chase. But when you're intimidated by a pitcher like deGrom, guys will chase. Guys have to get it going a little bit.
I could be totally off on this, but you know how there are some guys where like you better get him in the first pitch or two of the AB or you're screwed?
Yeah.
Is it one of those where they're like, I'm swinging early?
Pretty much.
I mean, I think that's any like elite level pitcher.
Okay.
Like you got to, because he's going to attack you early, but 23% chase rate, that means he's not throwing many. Maybe like make my guy throw a strike or something.
Yeah.
The Mets might be listening. They're going to
Take a
take
pitch.
pitches. They abandoned their game plan after getting to Luzardo, who was throwing a ton of first pitch strikes, and then they're like, no way, he keeps doing it. And he was just like, strike.
Yep.
deGrom tonight? Let's let the guy get ahead of us a little bit. And then it's going to be 16 punch outs.
Exactly. Especially with the way that things are going for them right now.
The Mets are
Well, we are going to talk to a player on a team chasing the Mets. Sal Stewart
Ooh.
of the Reds enters the show right in the thick of a wild card race. That's fun.
perfect.
That's fun. So
My guy's
we're looking
ready.
forward to talking to Sal. Reds fans or just anybody out there, if you have a question for Sal and how things have gone in his first couple weeks in
Oh,
the big
minute.
leagues.
Big game.
He's still
Yeah.
sipping on that first cup of coffee.
That's right. It's going to be good. I like the Todd Father connection coming up here.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him about
Oh,
Cincinnati.
my God.
You got to give him some advice too. You got to not
Yeah,
just ask, but
Don't
maybe
eat
lay something out for him.
don't eat Skyline chili.
I'll be out in September. Or no, it is September.
It's September. You got like 4 more
What?
games.
I'll be out there in like
You're going?
10 days. I got a golf outing. I'm going.
Okay.
Jeff Ruby Foundation.
Golf.
Golf.
Hey, we've got Reds rookie slugger Sal Stewart joining us right now. Sal, you got Scotty Braun, Erik Kratz, and Todd Father. Sal, great to have you on the show, first of all, and welcome to the show. How's the first couple weeks going for you?
Good. Thank you guys for having me, by the way. It's awesome. Thank you. It's been pretty great, honestly. Finally, a couple days ago, I finally kind of relax a second and realize that it was kind of like a reality. But it's been great, honestly. The guys in the clubhouse have been awesome with me. So, and it's exciting. We're making a playoff push. So, we're right where we want to be.
All right, so you're comfortable now. Does that mean you're sitting on the couches? Because I didn't sit on the couch
No,
till I retired.
oh no, I know the rules. I face my locker and I sit in my chair, so I know the rules.
Does anybody give you a hard time? What I was talking about was the fact that rookies normally are not supposed to sit on the couches, feel comfortable, and when a dude feels comfortable, I mean, I was guilty of this. A rookie comes up, I'm like, oh, I'll roll something over for them to put their feet up on, and I'll be like, hey, do you want peanut butter and jelly? What do you want? And deliver it to them. But is anybody giving you a hard time?
Um, nah. If it is, it's just all in jokes and stuff.
For
But
sure.
nah, it's been a great time, and I'm all for that too. I mean, you got to earn your stripes when you make it. I mean, anything you did in the minor leagues, that's kind of just in the past now, and now it's kind of just I got to re-earn everything I've kind of built. So. I love it. I kind of love that aspect of it, and I got to earn what I have. All these guys have been in the league, and they're not gonna let just a young guy come in here and get comfortable. So I like it for sure.
Who have you like kind of flocked to a little bit on this ball club? You know, a veteran guy, or there's somebody who, you know, who's your locker mates? Like, is there somebody that you know you're in conversations with that you kind of lean on a little bit for a little help as you move forward?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Steve-O's been great with me. Trevy's been great. Austin Hayes. Ellie is great. Espinal. I mean, I can go on and on. Honestly, everyone's kind of kind of looked out for me. But we were doing stuff in spring training, and kind of Steve-O had picked me for his group for one of the young buck things that we do. So he's been great with me. But no, honestly, I mean, they've all been great with me. I can really kind of lean on anyone, and they'll guide me in the right direction. Nick, he's from Miami. He takes care of me. So honestly, man, I can go on and on for sure.
You're talking about Martinez. He's a beast. But I played with him in the Olympics. We had a good time. Um,
Yeah.
have you been out and about in Cincinnati yet? Have you gone to any good restaurants or anything yet? Maybe Jeff Ruby's.
Oh
Have you hit up the
yes,
steakhouse?
yeah, Ruby. That place is awesome, honestly.
Uh,
I'm a fan favorite for sure. But yeah, I mean, I haven't really been here too long, and I've had family, so I've kind of been with them. But maybe when we get back home, I'll kind of look out for some places. But I don't really do much, honestly. I kind of just go to the field and then go back home and get ready for the next day. So I don't really do too much.
All right, Sal, I'm not sure how this is going to go. So I'm going to call for a video of your home run to center field in San Diego. I'm not sure who you hit it against. And as we watch the home run, tell me the motion, because I saw this when I was watching the game. Tell me.
He leaned back on him. There
Oh, he
too.
did.
He
But
leaned
tell
back on him.
me what happens right here. Were you showing your boy Manny what you've been showing off ever since you've been on FT for about 3 minutes here? Were you showing him the Rolex that he bought you?
Yeah, so Manny, honestly, like he's literally my big brother. I talk to him literally every day. Helped me every step of the way. I wouldn't be here in this position without him. He's changed my life, his family. Um, yeah, and we had a little story. I mean, a lot of people know about the story already, but kind of he had told me, look, you're in the minor leagues. When you make it, don't worry about the Rolex. I'm gonna get you one. And the first day I got to San Diego, he said, "Hey, you think I forgot?" Like, I definitely didn't forget. And then he had gotten me this. So I thought it was I thought it'd be funny if when I passed by, I let him know, like, "Hey, I still rock the Shador, you know." But yeah, he's family to me, literally. Like, he is a brother to me, and I just thought it'd be kind of funny, you know, rounding the bases. And he thought it was hilarious, so it was a good time. Something I would never forget for sure.
That's big league awareness by you to be going around to hit a dinger off of Michael King, dead center, and then you're going around second base and you look at Manny like, yeah, I appreciate you making me feel comfortable. But Manny's got kind of a bad rep sometimes. Some of the stuff he's done. Can you tell us something that would make us not think that, or make us like, whoa, Manny does that? Because gifting a dude who's really not like, your connection just goes back a long ways. But gifting a dude a Rolex for when he makes the big leagues, that's big time. So tell us something about Manny that maybe people don't know.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you feel like that's a bad rep, that's something that you need to look at. He's an amazing person, an amazing teammate. He looks after everybody, and he's someone that when he does things for people, he doesn't want any recognition. He doesn't want it, and that's when you know someone's a good person. I mean, he does everything behind the scenes. Look at his foundations. He's always looking after people. He's a great teammate in the locker room. I mean, I don't know why people would have that view. I mean, he's a leader. Look at what he's done with the Padres. I mean, I can go on and on. He's such a great person. He's a great father. He's a great husband. He's a great friend. So, honestly, for me, he's family to me, and he'll always be family to me.
Tell me a little bit about yourself, man, because, a new guy comes in. Give me some hobbies, what you like to do in the off season. Talk to us. I know you're a Miami guy, Yonder Alonso, my boy, Manny, my boy as well. Like, talk a little about you. I know you're a family guy through and through. Like, give us a little bit, man, what you like to eat, what you like to do, your hobbies. Talk to us. Let the people know.
Yeah, honestly, in the off season, I kind of just get up, I train, and then I love football. I mean, I love football. Me and my boys back home, we love football. So we enter what we call the dungeon, which is my boy's house. He's got a little room with a huge TV. We go into the dungeon, we order some wings, and then kick it like what guys like love to do. I mean, sit there, watch some TV, eat some wings, and then just relax. Honestly, so I don't do much. Hang out with my girlfriend, and not. And yeah, that's pretty much it. See my girl, hang out with my best buddies, watch football with Manny and Yonder. I mean, watch football with my dad. I just kind of spend a lot of family time. Usually in the season we have a lot going on and we can't really spend a lot of quality time with the people we care about. So when I'm back home, that's pretty much all I do.
Wait. It's not going to change? Like, you're not making any different plans? You're a big leaguer. I get it. Your coffee is still a little bit hot, your first cup of coffee, but you're a big leaguer now. Nothing's going to change. You're not going to take like a trip or nothing. You're just still going into the dungeon and watching football.
Yeah, I don't change just because just because I made it. I mean, I haven't done anything, and even if I do that, I won't change who I am. That's not me. I'm I go to church and I watch football. That's pretty much all I do.
All right. Well, what happens if the Reds do this thing? Do this thing that everybody's kind of looking around. Maybe some people are hating, but I would assume the feeling in the clubhouse is like, hey, we're not making any plans for October. Do you feel that in this clubhouse? I know you've never been in a pennant race in the big leagues, but tell me what you're hearing from the boys in and on the team and around the team right now.
Well, it's kind of understood what the job is, and the job is to go out there and focus on ourselves and go and play to win. Honestly, we're not focused on any other team right now, and that's pretty much the kind of what we're all doing right now. We're just like, hey, let's take day by day. Let's go out and win. Let's take care of what we need to take care of, and then if everything falls in line, it'll fall in line. But we definitely don't have plans for October, and we're gonna keep on going out and playing hard and playing to win.
Sal, I want to ask you about your game, and I'll let you handle most of this. But was there a approach change at some point this season? Because I follow the prospect world pretty closely. We have a Baseball America show, and you're on some of the reports there. Like, look at the pull power coming in. So, can you walk us through what you've changed this season, if anything?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people were like dying for like, oh, how come he doesn't hit more homers? How come he doesn't pull the ball? How come he doesn't? And like that all comes with time. Like when we're back training, we're all focused on being a good hitter first, being able to hit to all parts of the field, being able to do what's necessary in the game. I mean, you don't need a homer every situation. There's some situations in the game where obviously a homer would be great, but to help a team win, sometimes that's not the case. So we were just focused on being a good hitter first, and then once I got to like double A and then triple A, and I started to realize like, hey, these balls, all I have to do is just meet the ball, just touch the ball, and they'll take off. Everything kind of settled in with me in regards to my power. So I was never really too much worried about it. I wanted to be a good hitter first, and then knowing the power would come later.
That's an advanced approach to hitting. If anybody wants to just rewind that and listen to the advanced approach, But I want to ask you, maybe you don't even know this story, but you know Yonder, you know Manny. Manny told Yonder one year when he was still playing, when Yonder was still playing, he's like, hey, if you want to hit with me in the offseason, you're going to have to start hitting for some power. Because Yonder, this dude had a joystick. He was just like, oh, whoop, base hit up the middle. Whoop, base hit over the shortstop head. And all of a sudden, Yonder's putting some balls out of the ballpark. And Yonder told that story. He said, hey, he's like, Manny was like, hey, you can't hit with me unless you start hitting the ball at the ballpark. And then he just turned it on. Is it that easy? Is it that easy for Miami guys?
I don't know. Yonder was such a good player. For him, it might have been that easy. But everything I've done was in the minor leagues. So maybe next year, if I do it in the big leagues, then we can talk about it. But me and Yonder had such a great career, and obviously Manny's great career. But yeah, I mean, that's what we talk about: being a good hitter, and then the power will come. And I mean, it just shows like the power is just like when you hit a homer, it's kind of a mistake swing. Like I'm trying to hit a hard line drive through the middle, and then if I just get a little under it, then it takes off out to center. So that's pretty much our like I guess our way of thinking and what we're trying to do at the plate.
All right, Sal, were you surprised that you got called up this season? Like, how was it going throughout the year? Did you think that you were going to get the call? And obviously you get to get called up to a team that's in the mix for a playoff spot. And also on top of that, what was the call up like? I don't remember. I mean, a lot of things get posted. You might have had one too. I just don't remember. But was there a good story behind when you found out?
Yeah, in regards to like knowing I was gonna get caught up, I honestly had no idea. I would pray every night and just tell Jesus, Jesus, give me just like calmness and knowing that your timing and your plan is perfect. So I was just in the minor leagues. I was really trying to focus on any little thing I could to perfect my game, so that when I get to the big leagues, I can be as ready as possible. Obviously, nothing can prepare you for the big leagues because it's in a league of its own, but I wanted to make sure I did my part and everything I could so that when I got there, I was as ready as possible. And yeah, and then in regards to when I found out, um, our manager had me read off a phone, kind of like in Spanish, saying, and he told me I was going to the big leagues, and then he said, "Hey, actually, hold on, we have one more thing outside for you." And then when I had walked outside, Manny was on the jumbotron and or on the yeah, I guess the jumbotron, and he kind of made a video for me, just congratulating me and how proud he was of me, and that he'll see me in San Diego the next week. So it was a surreal moment for sure, and one I won't forget.
Wait, Manny did a video for you
Yeah.
as a Padre, but
Mhm.
you were getting called up for the Reds. That's big time.
Yeah, that is big time.
That
That
That's
is
his
big
brother.
time.
That's when you know.
I get it.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it. I'm going to take you back. I'm going to take you back to high school, and I'm telling this story as a second hand. I don't know if you know, one of the other co-hosts that's on regularly Monday through Thursday is AJ Przinsky. His son,
Mhm.
Austin, went to First Academy. Did I say that right? First Academy?
I think so. Yeah.
And they beat you guys your senior year in high school. AJ wanted to give you a hard time and said he wanted to say thank you for his son's first state title, which they got another one again this year. But does a loss like that stick with you? Even though you've accomplished so much, you're a first rounder, now you're a big leaguer, now you guys are in a playoff hunt. Does that loss still sit in there and kind of like scratch at you a little bit?
Yeah, First Academy. I mean, I don't forget. I don't forget. Once it said First Academy, I said, "Wait, is that the same First Academy I'm thinking of?" But yeah, they got us. They got us, and that it'll haunt me too because I mean, although like personal accolades are great and all, I mean, I'm more focused on like team accolades, and winning a state championship was a dream of mine, and I wasn't able to do that, which is kind of sad, but. I mean, knowing that it was Przinsky's son that won it, I mean, it makes it a little better. But he can rag on me. They won, and I just kind of have to sit here and take it because we didn't win. So, yeah, it kind of hurts a little bit, but it's all right.
Wow. Yeah. Well, yes, Austin did get the championship, so he's happy about that. They also have their clubhouse is basically a big league clubhouse, so it's ridiculous.
I'm sure Westminster's isn't
not
shabby.
too shabby. No. The one other thing he brought up from that time period was he was like, What park did you get? Did you guys play in like the Twins Park in Fort Myers? Were you guys playing in one of
The
those?
tw-
Okay.
yeah, the Twins Park.
So he was like, "Oh, Westminster's
Yeah, that's-
home ballpark." I think he was saying it was small or it
Short
had
to
a
right.
short.
Is that
short
right,
to
Sal?
right.
It was short to right field?
It is short to right field, yes.
Okay.
He
And
was
you
like,
were hitting
"Oh, we had a bigger ballpark
Yeah.
that we were playing in, so it was gobbling up these fly balls from Westminster." So there was
It's
light trash talk sprinkled in.
Hey, you know what? I mean, I'm not really big into the trash talk or none of that. I kind of just go out and play, and and whatever happens, happens. I mean, they people like we've come to realize, and I've learned, and they've been teaching me. People are gonna come out and say a million different things, which they have the right to. They have an opinion, and they can go out and say it. But the only opinions that really matter to me are my family and the people I consider family. So, um, yeah, they could talk, and it's all right. Everyone's got their own opinion, but I don't really pay too much attention to it.
Sal, I don't know what's going to happen in your career, but your approach to everything and your mindset and the way you talk about stuff doesn't seem like it's fake. And I hope you stay watching football, going to church, and eating wings with the boys for 20 more years in the big leagues.
Hell yeah.
Todd can appreciate that, and any big leaguer can appreciate that because you're going to have ups and downs. But if the same Sal comes to the ballpark, maybe you might lose some of that hair, but keep that as long as you got it, all right? And hit some dingers.
Nah, I hope I could keep it for a while. I love my hair.
Yeah, you got plenty. You're good. You're good. But that's a great answer
Yeah.
for me to tell AJ next week, or you guys
Yeah.
tell him next week.
For
Hey,
sure.
Sal's happy for Austin. Austin got a dub. You know,
It
there you
seems
go.
it seems very genuine. I mean, prove me wrong, Sal, but it seems
Yeah,
genuine.
I
and
like that.
That makes me happy to watch. I'm gonna watch a few more Reds games.
Yeah, and Sal's in the show now, so everything's good.
Get into the playoff, bro.
There you go.
I'm dying to see my old Red Legs team get in there. But wait, let's go. Find a way.
Yeah, hey, that's the plan. I mean, you play to win, and everything works out. So I'm gonna do my part, and I know our team's ready.
All right. Well, Sal, this was awesome, man. Great getting to know you. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it, and we'll be watching. All right.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Thank you, Sal Stewart, Reds rookie, with us on FT. Great stuff. BetMGM locks. Let's look at yesterday.
Oh, Scotty, too hotty. Let's go.
Yo, I picked it up at the perfect time. I'm actually out next week. I'm away next week, and I'm like, I'm in the green. See ya. Kids might not know what this means, but George Costanza, just go out on top, walk out.
Walk out.
Yeah. What's going on? We can. All right. We'll get to Todd Father in a sec. Kratz.
It's not good.
It's not
Not
good.
good. But that's why every day's a new day. This is probably why I'm really bad at golf, because every shot that I stand over, I'm going to make. So today, I got a little help on my pick. So just because I'm touching the pick doesn't mean that it's bad. All right. Well, if it wins, I'll give that person credit on Monday. If it doesn't win, I will take the loss because I'm Mr. Mush or
Wow,
Mush
you're that
Mouth,
guy,
whatever
huh?
it is. Bryce Harper, total bases over 1.5. And the Royals and Phillies will score more than 3.5 runs. 4 or more runs, that comes out to plus 105. I'm putting 500 down to win $525.
500 down.
500 down.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Kratz is balling. I know. He's been balling lately. I've got the Martin Perez Tanner Bybee matchup, and I don't know if I've done this maybe ever on the show. White Sox money line to beat the Guardians plus 125.
The Guardians are scoring tons of run every game.
Tons of run. Exactly. Exactly. The White Sox have a really good second half lineup that they've been running out there.
They're 9-2.
They're on a run right now. Have they won 9 of 11? Is that what it is right now?
Yes.
Yeah. And Perez can be surgical against a Guardians lineup that's, for the most part, been terrible. At home this year, they're 29th in runs scored, talking about Cleveland. So Bybee is having a down season, and I've got the White Sox in this one. So money line plus 125 on that one. Okay. And we'll get to Todd Father's pick and Pap's pick next time around. Next loop, we'll do that.
Kratz on the case.
Wow. We don't do it often, but when we need our lawyer involved, Erik Kratz gets the call. He's on the case.
I am on the case.
Okay, so here's the article. America drinking less than ever, and the same is true for baseball players. I am going to rely on others because I like a good adult beverage. So a lot of this article did not resonate with me when they were talking about the general public, but when they were talking about baseball players, it is something that I've seen for years now. Baseball players, and this was the article in Yahoo written by Jake Mintz, baseball players are having less drank and having more cannabis, edibles, whatever. That was part of it. Way less going out, way less. And that's been a thing, when you come across them and they're like, oh, the baseball guys, they party hard, right? I'm like, they used to. Now it stands out like a sore thumb when you have the guy in the clubhouse who's hitting the streets pretty frequently. In fact, the article went over how Derek Jeter would go out frequently, and he spoke about it in the last couple of years on some interviews. And they said they were trying to think about the last player that was really hitting the town frequently and that was getting publicity for it. Do you know the name they brought up in the article?
Recently, bad publicity?
I mean, there were some moments where it wasn't good. Yeah.
Oh,
but just
no,
knowing that there was a guy who was really hitting the town, taking advantage of being in a big market, Matt Harvey. Do you know any names since that where you'd be like, oh, this guy's going out all the time? That's the last one.
I mean, CJ Abrams got in trouble last year. For
yeah, but not the same. It would be like, oh, Harvey's out. He's at this club. He's at that club. He's with this person. He's, there were some lateness issues, stuff like that, right? Not showing up.
That was a star, too. That was a star.
Superstar.
It faded because when you get older, we don't have greenies anymore in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Greenies used to be the thing that guys would go. They'd go out. It was a bad cycle. And I saw it even when I was in the game and they got rid of greenies in 2006. Guys would go out. They would drink for a decent amount of time. They'd come back. They'd sleep. They'd go to the game. They're like, ooh, I am feeling it a little bit. Whether they were 23 or 33, pop a greenie, bang-a-rang for the game. Now it's 12 o'clock at night, and they're like this, laying in bed. Can't blink. Like Pete Fairbanks on the mound, like no blinking, because that greenie's still running through your body. So then you go and you have a little bit more to drink that night. The next day, it's a cycle that just kept going. And we know so much more about nutrition now. Not saying that alcohol is completely bad for your nutrition or, in moderation.
Yeah.
It's there. But when you're talking about partying, dudes, it's a year-round thing being a big league player. Back in the 80s and 90s, it was, well, I'm going to spring training to get my body ready to go. And when the season's over, I'm probably not going to pick up a bat or a ball, and I'll figure it out in spring training. Now, it's nutrition. You have dietitians. You have cooks. You have stuff. And their guys are changing how they go about things, how they go about their health and nutrition. And it talks about in this article, it talks about cherry juice. Cherry juice has been in there since I was playing, and I've been out for 5 years, like hammering cherry juice for anti-inflammatory purposes. Everything is about anti-inflammatory. There's blood tests that you can take that will tell you, hey, you know what? Your body is allergic, not like allergic, like deathly allergic, but allergic to stuff like I played with a guy, a pitcher, always had chronic shoulder issue. Took this blood test, found out he was allergic to salmon and broccoli. He's like, dude, he was one of the most healthy people ever. Starter, 5 days in, like he was always on top of everything. Found out salmon and broccoli were causing inflammation. Shoulder pain, completely gone.
Wow.
That kind of stuff that's where we're at in the game, and that's where I'm fortunate that I played during this era where you could learn this stuff, and my body feels great after playing. And I wasn't even a very good player. But availability is the best ability. And all this stuff, all this health stuff helps so much.
Need ability for sure.
But I'm saying I joke about it all the time. I didn't have the ability that Todd had. I didn't have the ability. There's a reason I hit 209 in the big leagues, whether it's the fact that, I didn't play a lot or it was the fact that I just wasn't as good as the other guys. You have to be available to play, and the stars have that extra money to be able to put into their nutrition.
Todd, you played for the Mets, and they're mentioned a lot in here just because they refer to the 80s Mets and then they talk about the current Mets. The article starts by talking about how there's like this little mini fridge and it's got some beers and it barely gets touched. And for the most part, the guys hit up the cherry juice, the smoothies, the protein shakes. And then I don't know if this was a Met or someone else, but one multi-time All-Star told them in the article, it's become a European style of drinking where it's like, I'm going to have something to enjoy it. And it's not to get drunk to go out and raise hell because you can't do that. And later in the article, they talk about even Ron Darling's book and how he said that hitters would shotgun beers at certain times during games. He said they'd time it so that they were due to hit third or fourth that inning. And in their minds, the rush of beer would kind of jumpstart the amphetamines and get back to how they were feeling early on in the game. Pumped, jacked, good to go. 80s Mets were a movie.
But that's the thing. That's why they would do that. Like, don't gloss over the fact. Like, the amphetamine starts wearing off, and so when you hit the alcohol, it gives you another jump start, and you're in the 7th, 8th inning.
Yep.
And you're banging ready to go.
Rally beers, they called them.
They did.
At least I called them that.
No, they were.
Did.
Yeah. But this was revolving around greenies because it was essentially a performance enhancer.
I never did it to enhance myself. It was I got thrown out of a game or something, and I would we're down 3 runs. I need a rally. Have some rally beers to get those 3 runs.
Todd's
back.
not saying he drank when he was in the game.
No, never.
Get thrown out of the game.
I never did. I wouldn't even think about doing that, honestly.
No.
But
it was a different time.
It was a different time. Yeah, for sure. You had pitchers that weren't pitching that day. Need a rally beer. Let's go up and get one down. And next thing you know, we won the game. No, it didn't happen all the time. It was just a figure of speech for certain things. But yes.
Teams are going through it. You ask a Met player right now, they're going through it. They've lost 5 straight, I think, or 6 straight. I'm not sure. I'm sure it's talked about.
Yep.
Because there's guys that don't do anything. You're sitting on the bench and you're like, I am not getting in this game. Or I just walked in my 1 pinch hit appearance and now I'm out and I'm sitting on the bench. Anything to get the boys going because you don't feel like you have any control over what's going on the field.
Famous 04 Red Sox in the documentary, everyone do a shot. You could see that.
Yep.
There are a lot of instances, yeah. But the point here is now it's video games, it's edibles. That's what the guys do. There's a lot more hiding in the hotel rooms, going home. The other portion of this story was exactly that. They asked guys why they don't go out, and they said phone. And they said phone for 2 reasons. One, they don't want people capturing stuff and putting it on, even if it's nothing. They just don't want them to be shown out at night because people. And then the next day, if they don't hit well, it's because they went out to a bar and had a couple beers. And then also, some of them mentioned how there was one story in there how they celebrated after a postseason series, and they said everyone's just putting phones and faces at them, and they're like, that's not even a fun experience. So I want to party privately.
Yeah, and it's something to connect. Social media and stuff is to connect to players. But when it's done like that, my one buddy had a big hit in Pittsburgh, day game, went to the bar right across the street, got there, served him a nice cold beer, and he's sitting like this on the phone. Somebody posted the picture of him like this, passed out, said so-and-so is passed out at the bar hour and a half after the game. Wonder what he was doing. So he had to go into the front office. He goes, I'm never going out again. I'm never going out again near the field. It was just like it was a day game in Pittsburgh.
And he's looking down, so it looks like his eyes are closed.
100%. He's sitting just like this, and his phone was below the bar, and he's like this, so it looks like he's hammered.
Yeah, I want one player now to just be the guy. He just goes out. He just is proud of it, and he's one of the studs. And he's like, "Yeah, you got a problem with that?"
No.
As long as he's, he's behaving. He's not getting arrested or anything. But he's
won't
just like, "Hey, I'm hitting the town a couple times a week." No, none of them do it.
It won't happen.
No.
It won't happen. The best players in the game hit below 300. They're hitting 290. That means you're getting out 7 out of 10 times. As soon as you go 0 for 4 and you're posting that stuff, the team is going to come to you. The team strength coach, assistant strength coach, trainers, dietitians, all this stuff. Don't even pull a hammy and somebody sees you drinking. Oh, he's dehydrated. Doesn't care.
Even in other sports, they don't really go out anymore. It's the phones, man, the videos. You can't get away with nothing just to go and have a drink at a bar after a game because you're struggling. Like, oh, look who's at the bar here. You know what I mean? Like
the other sports go out more than baseball.
It's terrible.
They go out more than baseball now.
Jeter
Football,
finished
basketball, and hockey, they all go out more than baseball. That's a
They
fact.
have off days.
They have off days. That's true.
So don't give baseball players off days. Don't shorten the schedule and give them more off days.
Good chat. Good chat. Slap hands coming up next.
What's up, FT Nation? All my boys at FT, what's happening? It's your boy Parlay Pap coming to you with this parlay on this Friday. So let's get to it. Pretty much, pretty simple. Padres playing the Rockies. We taking the Padres, and I'm going with Priester and the Brewers going to beat up on the Cardinals today. So I'm looking for like 7 or 8 strikeouts out of him. And that's going to complete our parlay for this Friday. And let's get that cheese because we're going to put 100 on it. And we plus 108, I think.
Nice, Pap. Good work. What do you have for us?
I went opposite of you. I'm taking the Guardians money line.
Wow.
600 to win 400. That's minus 150. So I'm going straight up Guardians to win.
Why? Why do you feel so good about that?
I feel like
one?
they're making this little push here, man.
Yeah.
They're going to make things interesting. It's just one of those things where you're playing against a team you should win. They should sweep this series and get right back into that contention of winning that wild card. This is a big series.
This is rare for him to
Make
go
or break.
minus 150.
Make or break.
Do you want me to tell you guys who's going to win? Because I had already picked one of these teams before.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Do you want to know?
So we take whatever you
The opposite.
take.
You
Yeah.
take the
Who did you
opposite.
take?
I took Cleveland.
Jesus.
Let's go.
I wish I would have known.
Let's
I
go.
would have known. I'm packing it in.
I cannot
Sorry,
wait.
Todd. Here, I can show you my
more
receipt.
excited. Nobody is more excited for Guardians White Sox tonight.
So you and I are going to win. Somebody's going to lose.
Head to head, baby. Head to head.
Beer,
Should I go a
Ooh,
little higher? Should I put a little more cheese down?
a little queso.
Yeah, I put a hundo to win 125.
No. It's my personal account. So that John's flying high. So so Cleveland's feeling good.
Cleveland rocks.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Boy,
We'll see what happens.
We'll
We
talk.
will see.
We'll talk later.
We'll talk next week. We'll talk.
No.
BetMGM players, get yourself a little MLB SGP boost token. What does that mean? Same game parlay. You can add that wager. It's got to be all MLB wagers to your bet slip. And then when you hit it, you activate the token. And if you win that wager that was made with the SGP boost token, guess what? You get extra winnings. That's how a boost works. Okay. Gambling problem or concern? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Slap hands on a Friday. Next up. All right, let's slap. So we're looking quick at matchups this weekend. I think we've talked a lot about Rangers Mets being one that stands out, especially tonight with deGrom against Jonah Tong. There are a lot of duds this weekend. Pirates, Nats. I mean, Royals, Phillies-ish, but the Royals are kind of out now. Orioles, Blue Jays. Like, yeah, the Blue Jays have to keep winning some games to stay in front. Yankees, Red Sox obviously is going to be good. You got two
Obviously.
playoff
Yeah.
teams. Heal against Giolito
That'll be
tonight.
one I'm watching.
Astros and Braves, just because the Astros need to stay on track so that they don't start falling into the wild card frenzy there. And they've got Hurston Waldrop for the Braves, who's been freaking nails.
Mm-hmm.
But there are a lot of duds. Diamondbacks, Twins doesn't mean anything. Cardinals, Brewers essentially doesn't mean anything. The Brewers have, such a solid advantage in the division and the home field and the whole deal. So we got like 2 or 3, which isn't bad because then you can kind of focus. It almost is like playoff mode where you can actually just really watch games. And for me, I'm not doing the whole flip around.
Little flippery do.
Yeah.
So which one you watching?
Yankees.
Yeah, for him.
Red Sox.
He's also on Yes Network. I don't know if you're aware of that.
Did you not know that?
Yeah.
Del Sol.
Yeah,
No,
you can
no.
catch him on.
It's Nesson tonight. Okay, so
Yeah. it is.
Oh,
I'll still be
the
watching.
rival.
I'll be watching on Yes Network.
no, actually, you'll be watching on Apple TV. That's the game tonight.
Is it? Is
Little
it on
Apple
Apple's site?
John.
There you go.
Here we
Brutal.
go.
I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Kratz hats?
I mean, why not? When you're playing Yankees Red Sox.
Oh, I didn't even
Wow,
know.
you just
You
shoved
gotta
that
wear
right
one.
in Todd Father's face.
Guess I'm
gotta
taking
wear
the
one.
Yanks tonight.
Yeah.
That's good. Good stuff.
Oh no, I'm just wearing a hat. That has nothing to do with
Show
it.
him the side. I like the side there. I feel like you don't show. No, the
French
FL. The FL.
The what?
Florida.
I did. I showed it to
Florida.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Wow. We just have a camera down. We're going to have to end the show early.
I am so embarrassed of my hair.
Sorry.
I wouldn't have done this. If you-
Happy
Beer's
Friday,
coming in
everyone.
strong, though.
Enjoy your weekend. Alana Rizzo's taking over for me next week.
Yeah.
We'll have Kratz and AJ. And Trevor May's on next week, too, at some point.
No Scott Alana.
Woo!
No Scott Alana.
What?